Welcome back to one of my favorite topics, bio-inspired AI robots capable of nonlinear thought. What you're looking at is a bacteria-inspired drone system. It is nice to see that when working underwater, we've completely gotten rid of the idea of even trying to be hydrodynamic. It does appear a little bit more like squids or octopi, so things that crawl around on the ocean floor. Technically, they got the idea for their tendrils from flagella. Now, there are quite a few things that make this idea unique from other bio-inspired robots. First off, this is not a nanobot. Many other researchers have tried to create nanobots that were indeed inspired by bacteria. I especially find the ones that are capable of dynamic change based on their environment pretty interesting. These operate like evolution in real time. Your environment changes, so you can change your body in order to live within it. These have really great applications for both medical and bioremediation. But there is a trick. Developing something this small can't use artificial intelligence. It has to be mechanical in nature. This guy has a core that's about 10 centimeters wide. We also know that traditional linear AI systems suck at trying to move fleshy parts. We saw with the flesh thing that was operated by individual virtual brain organoids, this guy also has to figure out how to move soft tentacles. The solution? Endow it with nonlinear thought. And this is helpful for a few reasons. While we can operate drones, when it's underwater, it becomes significantly more complicated to contact it and contact it quickly. So it has to be able to decide what to do on its own. And you can see it looking at virtual reefs. They made this happen by creating a virtual clone. So the AI system could move around and learn about its environment, and it could be translated into actual movement in an embodied robot. Each of its tentacle flagellar things allows it to move in an ever-changing environment. While the thing may look huge, it's actually fairly small. You can see an example of a flagella versus a human hand. Now, one of the questions you might ask, and it's reasonable, dear God, why? Why do we need to create a robot that looks perfectly at home in a horror movie or a video game? I would say that when the robots ultimately take over, it adds a little bit of flavor to the game. It's not enough to just fight Terminator. We also need to fight whatever these things are. But honestly, it's the first step in making underwater autonomous drones that can help us understand the deep sea. After all, these guys don't need to breathe, and hopefully we can adapt them to changing pressures where they're also not going to implode or explode. I think some of the next steps with improving these guys is to make them a little bit more hydrodynamic, capable of moving from walking to through the water column with ease. Maybe giving them better nonlinear thought and autonomous capabilities, and I'm a big fan of the self-healing magnetic nanobots that can create a robot that's capable of healing. However, I just know that this thing is going to end up in the stomach of some animal. And you thought straws were a problem.